come to me on the day of my haiku semifinals. It's not even the semifinals, it's the quarterfinals. Oh, I was so wrapped up in my own bit. Hello, my name is Olivia Manning, your host, and me and my tastefully oversized blazer are here to introduce you to Haiku, the show where knowledge rules. Today, for our quarterfinals, we have teams from Calloway and Caterville. Representing Calloway, we have Ezra, Fowler, Connor, and Aubrey. And representing Caterville, we have Kieran, Nick, James, and Maddox. This far into the season, if you don't know the rules, I'm a little bit afraid for you, but I will explain them anyway. I have a series of toss-up questions in my hands that I will ask broadly to the room. Either team can answer for a chance to win 10 points. The team that wins that question then moves on to a bonus round, which they and only they can answer for 20 bonus points. But if they get it wrong, the other team can swoop in and steal for 10 bonus points. Now, there will also be audio questions, media questions, lightning rounds, but we will cross all those bridges when we get to them. For now, one important rule that you all have heard many times already, but I will reiterate anyways, the interruption rule. If I am telling you any question and you interrupt me, if you get it right, you get your points and we move on with our day. If you get it wrong, the other team gets 5 bonus points automatically and they get the chance to answer the question. So, if you're going to interrupt me, be right, and we won't have any problems. All right, without further ado, are we ready to Haiku? Affirmative yes. Yes! You get me, Ezra. Our first toss-up question of the game. What politician who was mocked for supposedly saying he invented the internet? Maddox.
Al Gore.
Al Gore is correct. Your bonus question, Caterville. In December 2021, French astronaut Thomas Pesquet helped install solar panels on what structure that orbits the Earth?
The ISS.
The ISS is correct. Our next question. What body of water, which lent its name to a 1928 hurricane, is a shallow lake that flows into the Everglades and is the largest lake in Florida? Ezra.
Lake Okochino.
That is incorrect. Caterville? All right, that timer means we're out of time. We were looking for Lake Okeechobee. Close, Ezra, but no cigar. No bonus question there. Our next question. Eugen Isai wrote 6 solo sonatas for what instrument, played by Hilary Hahn, that is the most common Fowler?
Violin.
Violin is correct. Your bonus question, Calloway. What 1968 period of political liberalization, which Alexander Dubček called socialism with a human face, was crushed by forces from the Warsaw Pact?
Revolution.
That is incorrect. Caterville, your chance to steal.
Pass.
All right, we were looking for Prague Spring. Our next toss-up. What state, which is the main setting of John Updike's Rabbit novels, names the avenue in Washington, D.C. on which the White House? James.
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania is correct. Your bonus question, Caterville. In what country has Nikol Pashinyan faced protests for ceding territory to Azerbaijan in a ceasefire he signed to end the 2020 Nagorno-Karabakh war?
Armenia.
Armenia is correct. This next question is a math question, so pencil and paper ready. How many sides does a regular polygon have if each of its sides has a length of 6 and its total perimeter is 96? Connor.
16.
16 is correct. Your bonus question, Calloway, is not a math question, so put that pencil and paper down if you'd like. The tailor Petrovich uses cat skin to make the title garment for Akaki Akakievich in what short story by Nikolai Gogol?
The Overcoat.
The Overcoat is correct. Our first audio question of the game. Please turn your listening ears to the speakers. This song was featured on a hit Disney princess movie, making its debut on Aubrey.
You're welcome.
Sorry?
You're welcome.
That is incorrect. Carterville, I will repeat the question. This song was featured on a hit Disney princess movie making its debut on November 23rd, 2016. This movie has a live-action version and a sequel both coming out. Maddox.
Moana.
Moana is correct. There are no bonus questions on the audio questions. It's just whatever comes through the speakers. Our next toss-up. What Cherokee-class Royal Navy ship was captained by Robert Fitzroy in 1835 when it reached the Galapagos Islands with Charles Darwin aboard? Connor.
HMS Beagle.
HMS Beagle is correct. Calloway, your bonus question. What thermodynamic law named for a Swiss-born chemist states a reaction's enthalpy change does not depend on how one gets from reactants to products?
Hess's Law.
Hess's law is correct. Our next toss-up. What poem, which ends as a flaming brand is waved over a gate by an angel, describes Satan's infiltration of Eden? James.
Paradise Lost.
Paradise Lost is correct. Your bonus question, Carterville. The first casualty of the American Revolution is sometimes said to be what sailor of African and indigenous descent who died in the Boston Massacre?
Smith.
That is incorrect. Calloway, your chance to steal.
Crispus Attucks.
Crispus Attucks is correct. Nice steal, Calloway. What 1969 Broadway musical features a song about saltpeter and pins and depicts events surrounding the Declaration of Independence in its title year? Aubrey.
1976.
1976 is incorrect. Carterville. James.
1776.
1776 is correct. Your bonus question, Carterville. What man, a former partner at the law What man, a former partner at the law firm DLA Piper, serves as second gentleman of the U.S. as the husband of Kamala Harris? You are out of time, Carterville. Calloway, your chance to steal.
Doug Burgum.
Sorry?
Doug Burgum.
That is incorrect. We were looking for Doug Emhoff. Our next toss-up. What phenomenon, which has diffuse and specular types, has a namesake angle equal to the angle of incidence and occurs when light strikes a mirror? Connor.
Reflection.
Reflection is correct. Your bonus question, Calloway. What structure, two copies of which are connected together to form a Klein bottle, is considered the simplest non-orientable surface?
Mirror.
That is incorrect. Carterville, your chance to steal.
Mobius strip.
Mobius strip is correct. A thing that I unfortunately like to call the Morbius strip because my brain is fried. Our next toss-up question. In what Asian country where the 2021 Spring Revolution opposed a coup by the Tatmadaw were the Rohingya people oppressed under Maddox?
Myanmar.
Sorry?
Myanmar.
Myanmar is correct. Your bonus question, Carterville. In the final scene of Hamlet, what son of Polonius has a poisoned sword that causes both his death and Hamlet's?
Laertes.
Laertes is correct. Our media question, please turn your attention towards the television. Starting in 1990, this television sitcom, Fowler.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is correct. Our next toss-up. Again, no bonuses for media. What office from which Gray Davis was recalled in 2003 was held by Jerry Brown and actor Arnold Schwarzenegger? Ezra.
Governor of California.
Governor of California is correct. Your bonus question, Calloway. In 2023, what country's Prime Minister Fumio Kishida announced measures to encourage people to have children to balance out its aging population?
Japan.
Japan is correct. Our next toss-up. What singer's record 1980s run of 7 consecutive Billboard #1s included So Emotional, How Will I Know, and I Wanna Dance with Somebody? Fowler.
Whitney Houston.
Whitney Houston is correct. Calloway, your bonus question. In the 1800s, what organization, whose leaders included Silent Charlie Murphy and Boss Tweed, dominated Democratic politics in New York City?
Tammany Hall.
Tammany Hall is correct. What What character is called a lump of brick dust by a soldier who later admits this Indian water carrier is the better man in a poem by Rudyard Kipling? Aubrey.
Gungadin.
Sorry?
Gungadin.
That is correct. Your bonus question, Calloway. In soccer, what color appears in the nickname and on the main jerseys of Liverpool and Manchester United?
Red.
Red is correct. What ecological relationship is modeled by the Lotka-Volterra equations, has ambush and pursuit varieties, and involves one organism, Fowler?
Predator-prey.
Predator-prey is correct. Your bonus question, Calloway. Jonathan Swift's satirical essay, A Modest Proposal, argues that the poor children of what island should be sold to the rich as food?
Ireland.
Ireland is correct. What language was used to propose the floating man argument for the soul's existence by the canon of medicine author Avicenna, an Islamic philosopher? Fowler.
Persian.
That is incorrect. Carterville? Maddox.
Arabic.
Arabic is correct. Your bonus question, Carterville. In ecology, what letter used to denote carrying capacity also refers to a strategy of maximizing parental investment over reproduction rate?
K.
K is correct. Just under the wire, our next audio question. This song features the likes of Bruno Mars and Lady Gaga, releasing Fowler.
Die with a Smile.
Die with a Smile is correct. No bonuses for audio questions, so back to our toss-ups we go. What dynasty, whose last ruler was defeated at Muye, wrote text on oracle bones and was the first archaeologically verified Chinese dynasty? Maddox.
The Zhao.
The Zhao is incorrect. Calloway? Fowler.
Shang.
That is correct. Your bonus question, Calloway. The Narmada and Indus rivers empty into what sea that borders Oman?
Bay of Bengal.
Sorry?
Bay of Bengal.
That is incorrect. Carterville, your chance to steal.
The Red Sea.
The Red Sea is incorrect. We were looking for the Arabian Sea. Our next round, ladies and gentlemen, is the lightning round. Boom, clap, bang! It is time for our lightning round. I have in my hand 4 topics. Of those topics, they have 10 questions that a team will have to answer in just 60 seconds. Carterville, you get full choice of which topic you would like to choose from. They are as follows: minerals, American artworks, words from Dutch, and MNO.
MNO.
MNO, all right. Give these answers that contain the letters M, N, and O, not necessarily in that order. Carterville, your 60 seconds begins in 3, 2, 1. Sour yellow citrus fruit.
Lemon.
Correct. Impressionist who painted water lilies.
Monet.
Correct. Greek-derived term for a memory technique.
Pass.
Spanish word for hand.
Mano.
Correct. King of Israel between David and Rehoboam.
Solomon.
Correct. Country that separated from Serbia in 2006.
Kosovo.
Incorrect. French cabaret with a red windmill symbol.
Pass.
The quality of knowing everything.
Omnipotence.
Incorrect. Lanthanide with atomic number 60 used in magnets.
Neodymium.
Correct. Market with a single dominant buyer.
Monopoly.
Incorrect. Greek-derived term for a memory technique.
Pass.
French cabaret with a red windmill symbol. We are out of time. Mnemonic is that Greek-derived term for a memory technique. Montenegro is the country that separated from Serbia in 2006. Moulin Rouge is the French cabaret with a red windmill symbol. Omniscience is the quality of knowing everything. And monopsony is a market with a single dominant buyer. Slightly different than a monopoly, I suppose. All right, Callaway, your options once again are minerals, American artworks, and words from Dutch.
American artwork.
American artwork. Name the US-born artists who created these artworks. Callaway, your 60 seconds begins in 3, 2, 1. American Gothic.
Wood.
Correct. Campbell's soup cans.
Warhol.
Correct. Arrangement in gray and black #1, which depicts his mother.
Whistler.
Correct. Nighthawks.
Hopper.
Correct. Lobster trap and fishtail, a mobile.
Calder.
Correct. Man playing Santa, made for the Saturday Evening Post.
Rockwell.
Correct. Cow skull, red, white, and blue.
Georgia O'Keeffe.
Correct. The photograph Moon and Half Dome, depicting Yosemite.
Adams.
Correct. Christina's World.
Weiler.
Incorrect. Lavender Mist.
Pass.
Lavender Mist.
Mondrian.
That is incorrect. That is the answer. That is all the questions I have for you. Christina's World was created by Andrew Wyeth, and Lavender Mist was Pollock, Jackson Pollock. All right, wonderful lightning rounds, but they can only last for so long. So welcome back to our toss-ups. What material, whose porous activated powdered form is used to treat poisonings, is a black substance obtained from burnt sawdust, peat, or wood? Ezra.
Charcoal.
Charcoal is correct. Your bonus question, Callaway. Governments often raise capital by selling what kind of security, which have a defined term and are sometimes contrasted with stocks?
Bonds.
Bonds is correct. Your next toss-up question. In The Frogs, Dionysus initially wishes to revive what playwright? Aubrey.
Euripides.
Euripides is correct. Your bonus question, Callaway. What sculptor who bought the exclusive rights to Vantablack created the curved stainless steel sculpture Cloudgate in Millennium Park?
Right.
That is incorrect. Carterville, your chance to steal.
Pay.
Sorry?
Pay.
That is incorrect. We were looking for Anish Kapoor. That statue is, of course, not called Cloudgate. It is called the Bean. Our next toss-up question. What event initiated at the Council of Claremont, where Urban II called for it, was the earliest attempt by Europeans to conquer Fowler?
Crusades.
Be a little more specific.
First Crusade.
First Crusade is correct. Callaway, your bonus question. What mathematical curve ideally forms the trajectory of a projectile under constant gravity, provided that there is no air resistance?
Hyperbola.
Hmm?
Hyperbola.
Sorry?
Hyperbola.
That is incorrect.
Parabola.
Sorry?
Parabola.
Parabola is correct. Nice steal there, Carterville. Next toss-up question. What measure of dispersion is the size of the smallest interval containing a data set and equals the largest value minus the smallest value? Kieran.
Range.
Range is correct. Your bonus question, Carterville. What strait between New Zealand's North Island and South Island is named for an English explorer?
The Cook Strait.
The Cook Strait is correct. Our next immediate question. This American actress, director, and singer first got her start as a child actress on The Cosby Show. Later in her teen years, Connor.
Raven-Symoné.
Raven-Symoné is correct. Our next toss-up. Again, nothing else for media questions. They just happen when they happen. What novel, which ends with its narrator planning to light out for the territory, depicts a raft trip on the Mississippi River and is by Mark Twain? James.
Huckleberry Finn.
Huckleberry Finn is correct. Your bonus question, Carterville. In what 2016 game, whose primary developer is known as Concerned Ape, do players manage a farm inherited from their grandfather?
Stardew Valley.
Stardew Valley is correct. What island, where a 1692 earthquake destroyed the pirate haven of Port Royal, was the birthplace of Marcus Garvey and the origin of Rastafarianism? Maddox.
Jamaica.
Jamaica is correct. Your bonus question, Carterville. What emperor, the namesake of Rome's largest public baths, instituted the Tetrarchy after ending the crisis of the 3rd century?
Nero.
Nero is incorrect. Calloway, your chance to steal.
Flavian.
That is incorrect. We were looking for Diocletian. Diocletian. What particles, whose namesake model was proposed by Murray Gell-Mann, come in 6 flavors and are the fundamental Connor?
Corks.
Corks is correct. Your bonus question, Calloway. Georgetown is the capital of what British overseas territory, a group of islands south of Cuba that is often used as a tax haven?
Cook Islands.
Cook Islands is incorrect. Carterville, your chance to steal.
Canary Islands.
That is incorrect. We were looking for the Cayman Islands. Lots of islands that start with C, but Cayman is the answer we were looking for. What city includes the modernist Casa Batlló and Casa Mila, designed by Antoni Gaudí, and is the capital of the autonomous community of Catalonia? Fowler.
Barcelona.
Barcelona is correct. Your bonus question, Calloway. What plant hormones that promote stem elongation and apical dominance include indole acetic acid, or IAA?
Auxins.
Auxins is correct. What show on which Domingo Chavez went by the nickname Ding was a Prime Video action series based on Tom Clancy novels that starred John Krasinski? Maddox.
Jack Reacher.
That is incorrect. Calloway? Aubrey?
Father Brown.
That is incorrect. We were looking for Jack Ryan. First name correct, but not the surname. No bonus question there. Our next audio question. Play from the speakers. This female actress turned musician started her rise to fame with the Disney Channel show Connor.
Sabrina Carpenter.
Sabrina Carpenter is correct. All right, our next toss-up. What character who believes that a barber's basin is the helmet of Mambrino? James.
Don Quixote.
Don Quixote is correct. Your bonus question, Carterville. What word that starts with S identifies houseplants such as aloe and cacti that have fleshy leaves or stems for retaining water in arid settings?
Succulent.
Succulents is correct. In what state did Orville Faubus prompt Dwight Eisenhower? Fowler.
Arkansas.
Arkansas is correct. Your bonus question, Calloway. In Little Women, which of the March sisters ultimately dies of complications from scarlet fever?
Beth.
Beth is correct. Your next toss-up question. What drug, the leading product of Danish company Novo Nordisk, is an anti-diabetes drug introduced in 2017 that is often used for weight loss? Ezra.
Ozempic.
Ozempic is correct. Your bonus question, Calloway. The decay chains of uranium's isotopes 235 and 238 end at isotopes of what metal, whose isotope 208 is the heaviest stable isotope?
Polonium.
Polonium is incorrect. Carterville, your chance to steal.
Lead.
Lead is correct. A simpler answer than we were looking for, Calloway. Our next toss-up. What building was designed to occupy Benelong Point by Jorn Utzon, who devised Fowler?
Sydney Opera House.
Sydney Opera House is correct. Your bonus question, Calloway. What actor earned consecutive Best Actor Oscars in the 1990s for his roles in the films Philadelphia and Forrest Gump?
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks is correct. The climax of the Gospel of John's signs involves what man, the subject of the verse Jesus wept, who hailed from Bethany and was raised? Fowler.
Lazarus.
Lazarus is correct. Your bonus question, Calloway. The Legend of Sleepy Hollow was included in what author's collection, The Sketchbook of Geoffrey Crayon?
Irving.
Irving is correct. Next toss-up. What word starting with F names a man-made water-diverting trough, such as those used to ship logs, as well as a common theme park log chute ride? James.
Fume.
That is incorrect. Calloway? Aubrey.
Fumbi.
Sorry?
Fumbi.
That is incorrect. Flume was what we were looking for. So close, but so far. All right, that means we are at the end of our game. We have Carterville with 330 points and the winner of our first quarterfinal of the season, Calloway with 530 points. Congratulations, everyone involved, but especially to our winners tonight, Calloway. I'm Olivia Manning and my tastefully oversized blazer, reminding you that here at High Q, knowledge rules. See you next time, ladies and gentlemen.